Okay, as we have read about the frame of reference, now this frame of reference is of three types. One is called as a Cartesian coordinate system, another is called as spherical coordinate system, third is called as cylindrical coordinate system. But right now, the in our syllabus we are having only the Cartesian coordinate system, so we're gonna read this Cartesian coordinate system a bit in detail. In Cartesian coordinate system, we draw two perpendicular axes. This is one perpendicular to each other. Let this be OX and this be OY. These are perpendicular, making an angle of 90 degree. Now if we consider some body, let I have a body here, point P, whose distance from OX it is at a distance of Y, and from OY it is at a distance of X. Then point O, which is the origin or the reference point, the position of this very point is determined by two coordinates X and Y. So in order to know the position of an object, we use the in Cartesian coordinate system, we draw two mutually perpendicular axes, and then we're going to see its distances along this very x-axis. It's at a point, so it will be like this: pxy. It is in this very direction we have moved x, in this very direction we have moved y, or I will say this point is at a distance of y from the ox, and this point is at a distance of x from oy, so its coordinates will be p of x come y. If now we are having in space, for example like this, in space we'll be having then we'll be having like this, if we'll be having x y and z, and then we are having anywhere some point P, so will be it will be x comma y comma z. This is the coordinates of it. So in order to know the coordinates, we have to draw here in three dimension space. We have to draw three mutually perpendicular axes, and in plane we have to draw two. But now this very Cartesian system is of two types. This very Cartesian system is of two types. Two types. This is the frame system. One is called as the inertial frame system. Inertial frame of reference. And second is called as the non-inertial. What is inertial? Inertial is that very frame of reference which is either at rest or moving with uniform velocity. That is the frame which is non-accelerating frame, or you will say non-accelerating frame. And in this very frame, Newton's laws are valid. Newton's laws of motion are valid. So inertial frame of reference is a frame which is either at rest or moving with uniform velocity. It is also called as non-accelerating frame of reference. Newton's laws of motion are valid in this very frame. In it, for example, if you are having a bus and that bus is at rest, that is inertial frame of reference. Or if you are having a bus and that is moving with uniform velocity, if you are having a bus and on any seat of the bus there is a stone lying and the bus is moving with uniform velocity, the stone is not going to slide from its position, slide from that seat, if the bus is really moving in an inertial frame of with a constant velocity. And on the other hand, there is non-inertial frame of reference, which is called as accelerated frame of reference. Non inertial frame oblique accelerated frame. So it is a frame simply from the accelerated frame which is having acceleration. That is, the body is not moving with the frame, which is having acceleration, is known as acceleration frame of reference. Newton's laws are not valid, are not true in it. Newton's laws are not true in it. So this very frame is called as non-inertial frame of reference. Now there is important question sometimes it's also, is Earth an inertial frame of reference or not? Since Earth revolves around the sun and also spins about its own axis, so it is rotating frame of reference. Hence such a frame of reference is non-inertial frame of reference. However, if we do not take large scale motion such as wind or ocean into consideration, we can take approximation that Earth is an inertial frame of reference. Actually, there is acceleration, there is a very small acceleration for the Earth, but that's very much small. We don't take into consideration, so we are taking Earth generally as a non. We are taking it as what? We are taking it as non-inertial frame of reference. So if we take talk regarding to Earth, I am saying simply Earth actually it is a bit spinning, it is rotating at its axis, so it is having a bit very small acceleration. Once a frame is having acceleration, so it's called as a non-inertial. But for the practical purpose, as we are not feeling it out, so we generally take Earth as what? Inertial frame of reference. Inertial frame means that frame which is at rest. So almost to assume whenever we move on Earth, you feel the Earth is at rest and we are moving on it. Otherwise, if you are going to take talk about its spin, its rotation, its revolution, so it is having that very acceleration, but that is small in the magnitude. Then it is in that very manner it is non-inertial frame of reference. But generally, it is taken as inertial frame of reference. So this is all for today. Tomorrow will be another lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.